If 10DLC registration has been slowing down your research projects, I think it's worth seeing how Mosio takes care of the whole thing for you and why so many research teams are making the switch. I've always found that the compliance side of research communications gets underestimated until it becomes a real problem. A project kicks off, your team needs to reach participants via text, and suddenly you're stuck waiting on number registration with no clear timeline in sight. That's expensive downtime on a study that's already running. We take care of the 10DLC registration process, so your team doesn't have to. When you come on board with Mosio, our system manages the registration, keeps your numbers compliant with carrier requirements, and makes sure your messages are actually reaching participants rather than getting flagged as spam. Your coordinators stay focused on the study, not the admin. I think people often forget that the communication layer of a research study is just as important as the study design itself. Participants who don't hear from you drop out, and replacing a dropped participant means starting a whole chunk of the process over from scratch. It's interesting to see how many research teams are still relying on phone calls and emails to reach participants when the data is pretty clear that text messaging outperforms both. 90% of texts are opened within 3 minutes, and Mosio is built entirely around that channel, with automated reminders, two-way messaging, SMS surveys, and appointment alerts, all in one place. The platform takes care of scheduling, follow-ups, and nudge reminders automatically. So once a study is configured, your coordinators aren't repeating the same manual tasks for every single participant across the entire trial. For any research team wrestling with 10DLC registration delays, message non-deliverability, or blocked numbers, Mosio removes that friction entirely. You get a compliant working text line and a platform built specifically for research communications, without weeks of waiting around for approvals to come through. Getting started is straightforward, and the team will put together a project plan tailored to your study. If registration headaches have been holding your research back, this is probably the quickest way to move past them.